What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today's video, I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried recording it once. I saw a video by another content creator, and it talked about a very deadly and serious dispute that was going on between two legends, right? And in that video, there was audio played. Two camaradas were on the phone talking to another camarada. And I was completely blown away. I was blown away by the conduct and the verbiage. And so I did a video on it. And I don't know if you guys, like, some of you guys do get it, others don't. But there were a lot of years where I was actively involved in a lot of stuff, and I'm privy to a lot of stuff. I had very serious private conversations with very serious men. And when it comes to talking about that stuff, I'm very uncomfortable. But when I saw that video, like, it's been on my mind. Because I know a lot of people on social media, they see stuff like that and they think that's gangster, right? When they see two camaradas teaming up and trying to bully another camarada over the phone, and they hear the verbiage and they think that's how people are really conducting themselves and how they're supposed to conduct themselves. So once again, I'm going to try to record this video. I'm going to see how comfortable I am with it. And then we'll see if it gets posted. Okay. I'm sorry for the hesitation, but I'm picking my words. I'm thinking about it. So I guess we'll start with the phone conversation. In the conversation on the phone, you had two camaradas that had chose to support one of the legends. And they were basically threatening another camarada who chose another legend. And that's where there's a very serious slippery slope, right? If two legends are at odds with each other, that's their business. And a decision will be made by them. But camaradas they don't have the right to make a decision. I remember I bumped heads with somebody once. I've told the story. I'm not going to tell the story again, but I bumped heads with somebody once. And it was an individual who was politically stunned, intellectually stunned. But he was related to somebody by blood, and not just one, not just two. He was related to three people that had to be respected. And this individual, because of his blood ties, tried to go against me and my crew, right? And we knew this individual was in no way, shape, or form a reflection of his bloodline. And when the dust settled, he lost. But out of respect for who he's related to, he was told, because he was short to the house, he was told, go home and stay out of prison, because you're going to die if you come back. I don't know what happened to him, but I later wound up in the pod, the same exact pod, with one of his family members. And we spoke. We were cordial. I had to be, right? But he didn't like who I was close to. Let's just put it that way. The legend that I was very close to. He didn't like him. This legend didn't like the one I was very close to. And he let it be known to me. And I already knew the feelings were mutual, but it's not for me to say. But I made one thing clear to him. I told him right there at the door, I understand that some people don't see eye to eye, but I don't do for one, I do for all. From that moment on, the dude was cool with me. And I say that to go back to that conversation. Them two camaradas knew what they knew and had chosen a side, which is fine. But once you verbalize it, you are now involved in business that's way above your pay grade. You know, there would be times when I would get into, or we would get into something with another camarada, somebody tipped up. And just for insurance, you send the name up and who he's representing. And you might get word back that who he's representing and who the crew is representing, they don't see eye to eye. That's not our business. It's just knowledge, but it's not our business. I saw in a few occasions where dudes would get that type of information and then think, okay, well, let's go ahead and knock this dude out the box. Let's pencil whip him. Let's politic on him. It's not what it's supposed to be. You gained a piece of knowledge for yourself. Knowledge is power. But you don't utilize it to wash somebody up just because somebody they're representing doesn't get along with somebody you're representing. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be representing all of them. They have a disagreement, not you. And I'll give you another very, very serious example. I believe it was around 2003. Maybe a little bit later. I was yard crew. I come out to yard, and one of the homies tells me, hey, there's a vato that just came out of the hoyo, out of the hole, at Seg. There's a vato that just came out of the hoyo. He's looking for you. He's got something for you. I said, let's go find him. So I see him. He comes up to me. He asks me my name and where I'm from. I tell him. He said, I got a huila from you. I got a kite for you. I got a note for you. I got to make sure I break it down for people to understand. He said, it specifically has to go into your hands and it came from the bay. I said, all right, cool. Gracias. Yeah, I appreciate you. You need anything, let me know. Because them entrusting this individual is going to make me want to make sure the dude's okay. Right? You want to make sure everybody's okay, but certain things are entrusted to certain people for reasons. Unless you're told otherwise in the huila, like, hey, homie, Spencer, that's the only person we could utilize. But it'll be known, right? I got together the rest of the mesa, and we went and sat down. And I read the huila. It was a very, very that huila went across the state, and it had a huge impact. In that kite, 6 legends were named, and it was said that they were no longer recognized. And that anybody working on the yards for them redirect the money to somebody else. And not only were these big names, But there were several of those names that were like really, really historically known. One of them has a podcast here now. One of them has a channel on YouTube. You know who that is. And when we read those 6 names and we read what they had to say, we all ripped it up. We ripped the wheel out. Not all of us, but we ripped the wheel out. And we all looked at each other like, nah, I ain't saying shit. Why? Because it has to be verified. We could have easily been idiots, uneducated, and ran around gossiping like women. Hey, you heard this? Hey, check this out. Hell nah. It's not what's supposed to happen. Now, I tell you guys all these things because, for one, like I said, I see things on social media. I see things, I hear these recordings, and I'm like, that's not how things are supposed to be. That's how people get hurt. Trying to be what they're not. But this stuff can also be applied in your daily life, in the workplace. You got coworkers gossiping about coworkers. Don't pick a side. Never pick a side. It's a lose-lose situation. Anyways, that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.